Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Prehistoric Kingdom update. My name is Swoop there, and before we get started in the dev diary for September 2021, that's the new and improved name for the devlog, let me just upfront answer a question that I'm getting a lot from a lot of people on my YouTube channel. The game at the moment is in closed alpha, so unfortunately you can't get your hands on it at the moment unless you pre-purchased the alpha or the beta.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
There are some people that pre-purchased beta, I believe, and then some people that have donated money to the game. However, if you didn't purchase the alpha or beta releases, you will need to wait, unfortunately, until next year, April 2022, and that way you will be able to play then. It will be released in early access, so it will still have things that the devs will want to iron out, but you will be able to buy it then. But do wishlist it on Steam. You can go and click on the wishlist button here, and then you'll also be linked in through Steam to all of the development updates as well. Also, let me say thank you so much to everyone on my channel. This morning I woke up and had so many notifications that one of my builds was in this dev diary, that people were super happy for me, that I was nearly at 1,000 subscribers. And I just get so many kind comments all the time from such nice people. So thank you so much to the community on my YouTube channel. You guys are such an inspiration for me to keep going, keep creating, and I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's jump into this dev diary for September 2021. Can't wait to talk to you about what they've got in store for us. So let's head down and have a little read. The first thing they're doing is talking about how they are changing their development updates. So originally they were called devlogs. You can see them over here in the side panel, and they have changed them to be called dev diaries. They're also going to do a second type of update called a feature spotlight. So we'll talk about what they both are as we scroll down here. So the dev diary, which is what we're going to look at today, includes development insights, community spotlights, and any social media news that we might have missed. It also is going to still arrive on a monthly basis, but what they do say about it is that there's usually not going to be any bombshell information. So previously in the devlogs, we've been used to seeing a lot of new stuff that's gotten us all extremely excited. There is some stuff in this dev diary today that does get me excited, but it's not I guess like major spoiler content, I suppose. So they also talk about how this is a way to keep in contact with the community. Hi guys, while working on their bigger updates, which are going to be included now in the feature spotlight. So the feature spotlight isn't going to include previews for upcoming editions and content, which is discussed separately. And it's also could be a glimpse at an impending update or a deep dive into a brand new system. So this is cool. Unlike the dev diaries, they're not going to have a set schedule or frequency. So they're just going to appear as they're ready. And I guess it'll just be a surprise for people. First thing I want to look at is this picture right here. If we zoom in on it, ooh, have not seen these mountains before. I mean, all of the foliage still looks pretty standard, but this is a new backdrop. So I'm hoping they're going to include maybe, I don't know, a new backdrop or some new foliage perhaps in the beta. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's going to be really interesting. Okay, let's dive into the development diary. In this part underneath their heading animals, they're talking about the locomotion and the movement of the animals. So they're talking about developing their AI and how they need animals to reach very specific targets. So they've improved that a lot across September, and there's going to be major improvements for beta. They were talking about how really the animal locomotion in alpha wasn't really their biggest focus, which is why there were many faces smashed through fences, which they're saying that that's potentially going to be fixed. So really all it was just so that they could see how the game worked, what the major bugs were, what the major flaws were, to continue to develop the systems that they have in place. And one of those is going to be the animal locomotion. So looking forward to seeing that. Here we've got the T-Rex just here, ready to eat some meat. He has been delivered by the keeper, no doubt. And then we'll head on down guests. They've really, they have kind of listened to us, particularly the types of things that we talk about on I don't know, Discord and YouTube and things like that. For the patrons of the park, we'll soon be working on guest needs. Visitor welfare is an important part of any world-class zoo, and as such, we're trying to strike the right balance between detailed simulation and optimized solutions. I completely get that. So they don't want to talk too much about what they're doing, but they are excited to explore some of the prehistoric kingdom management and crowd simulation. I'm really excited to see what they do with the guests, because they have said here, yes, we know the guests look a bit terrifying. They do. They are scary. They're a sort of plastic people with their hair looks a bit like brain at the moment, but they are going to make them better, and I'm really happy to hear that. I knew that they would, but, you know, it's nice to see it written down. We fully intend to make them beautiful and lively, but resources are very much focused on underlying mechanics and gameplay. Totally get that, but it's nice to know that this is coming, because we don't really want them to be just plastic people that roam the zoos forever. The next one I'm excited about as a builder, they're going to include a point snap, which they're talking is a quality of life feature. Yes, it is going to improve my quality of life, everyone. It basically means when you're placing something down on the grid, you can choose a point, any point on the one grid square where you want that piece to snap to, which is going to be really useful when we're building like square buildings or we're building on the grid. And so we can actually like maybe put, I don't know, they say up here, yeah, so like you can add a beam or a pillar around the build and like put them on the corners of the building without having them like snap inside the corners, which I'm really happy about. So this will be great to see. So there's 9 different snapping points, and then you've got the central snapping point as well. And then, of course, you can also place freely. Then they're talking a little bit more. This is where I get happy. On a more technical note, the rendering for our modular system is now fully built around GPU instancing, which means that like all of the trees and things like that don't cost additional draws on the GPU, which offers huge performance savings on large parks, which, I mean, rest in peace, my old park. But that's probably one of the reasons why my old park was just absolutely falling apart constantly, was because there was just so many pieces and so many trees and so many shrubs. Also, can we also talk about, this is the major hype in this dev diary for me. Speaking of technical features, the long-awaited undo and redo actions have been added to the game. Can I get a hallelujah? I'm so happy that this has happened. Thank goodness for that. I mean, you can imagine when I'm building things and all I want to do is just press Control Z, and no, you can't do that. You have to go and fix your mistake manually. And, you know, you make a lot of mistakes when you're building quickly. So, I mean, I've gotten used to kind of trying not to make too many mistakes, but you still do. It's just the nature of the beast. So I'm so happy that that's coming. So it's going to have a variable memory cache, like a lot of other games that you guys, if you're building, you'd be aware of, and it fills up. There's a limit, so you can't just undo and redo forever. Like there's a certain amount, but that's fine with me. Usually I only want to undo a couple of things. And then you've got your beta trailer, and you've got a picture here from I'm not even going to attempt that, Manuel Ligero. Like I said, I wasn't going to attempt it, and then I did. Awesome picture. And then thank you so much to the devs at Prehistoric Kingdom. They have included my entrance building for my latest desert mini park. I'm really proud of this. Can we talk about this pillar right here? It is my pillar that tells me how tall the humans are. So all I can see when I look at this picture is that pillar just sitting in the middle of the path. But you know what? That's fine. There's nothing behind it. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Thank you so much. And I really hope you enjoyed I guess, catching up on what's happening in Prehistoric Kingdom with me. If you're enjoying my content, please click that like button or subscribe. Feel free to jump over to one of my other videos. I will link in the description down below my video to this entrance building. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.